Good morning, grade 5. A very warm welcome to the English class. So today we'll continue with the exercise part for the poem Be a Friend. So I hope you all have submitted your activities for the previous assignment. So today we'll be discussing the vocabulary section, the writing section, the activity and also my word bank exercise from the chapter. So we'll start with the vocabulary section. So here, let me read out the question to you. Read these lines from the poem. Look at the words in bold. Choose the correct picture that gives the meaning. So there are two questions given here. In the first question, a line is given, just a disposition sunny, which is taken from the poem. The two pictures are given here. So you have to take whichever you can relate to this statement given here. Just a disposition sunny. To that statement, you have to choose which picture you can relate to. Same is the case with the second statement, just a kindly hand extended. You can see two pictures there. You have to tick the picture which you can relate to the given statement. So once you are done with that, we can move on to the next part. Here, there is a small note given in your textbook, and this is about prefixes and suffixes. What do you mean by a prefix? The word pre itself means before. To some words in English, we can add a letter or a group of letters to change it to a different word which has a different meaning. So this letter or a group of letters which you add before a word to change its meaning is called a prefix. So let's see that again. A prefix is a letter or a set of letters that we add to the beginning of a word to modify or change its meaning. And here we have a few examples of prefixes. I am, like when you say possible, if you add the prefix I am, the word is changed to impossible, which means just the opposite. The word is modified and its meaning is also changed. So here are a few more examples of prefixes. Now, what is a suffix? If prefix is a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of a word, suffix is a letter or a set of letters which you add to the end of a word to change or modify its meaning. And here you can see a few examples. Ed, ation. So what is a suffix? A suffix is a letter or a set of letters that we add at the end of a word to modify or change its meaning. For example, the word transport. If you add the suffix ation, it becomes transportation. So here are a few more examples of suffixes that we commonly use. So you have to go through this note given here in the textbook in page number 16. Let's move on to the exercise part. So in section B of the vocabulary exercise, you have a question. Add a prefix and a suffix to each word and make new words. And here 4 words are given, 4 base words or root words, and to each of the words given here, you have to add one prefix to make a word and then a suffix to make another word. For example, the first word given there is friend. If you add the prefix be to the word friend, what do you get? You get befriend. And if you add the suffix ship to the word friend, you get a word friendship. So you have 3 more words given there, polite, agree and understand. Choose a prefix and a suffix to make new words with each of these words given here. You can write in the space provided in the textbook itself. Now shall we move on to the next exercise part? This is the writing section and this is about paragraph writing. You see, paragraph writing is one of the first elements that you can learn to improve your writing skills. So here the question given is, write a paragraph on your best friend and why you like him or her. And there is also a sample paragraph given there. What do you mean by a paragraph? You can say a paragraph is a group of sentences related to a single topic. So a paragraph should contain only one central idea. So in a paragraph, the first sentence is the key sentence or the topic sentence. So there are 3 parts to a paragraph: the topic sentence, supporting sentences and a concluding sentence. the topic sentence or the first sentence, which is the key sentence, should introduce the central idea of the paragraph. And you can have supporting sentences which supports this idea, and then you have to conclude the paragraph with a concluding sentence. It should round off the central idea of the paragraph. So this is what you should keep in mind while writing a paragraph. You can also give a suitable heading. So in the sample paragraph given here, there is a heading, My Sister. Let me read out the paragraph to you. My sister's name is Rajpriya. So this is the key sentence or the topic sentence here. So this means that this paragraph is about my sister Rajpriya. She is 3 years younger to me. She goes to the same school as I do. We share a room at home. We study together and I often help her with her homework. I play with her too. Our favorite game is Scrabble. When we go to the park near our house, we ride on the swing and play hopscotch with our friends from the neighborhood. When our mother is busy with her work, I look after her. I make sure that she takes her medicines when she is ill. I share all my secrets with her and she with me. I love being around her. So what is this paragraph about? This paragraph is about my sister named Rajpriya. So you saw the key sentence or the topic sentence, which is the first sentence, and all the sentences between the first sentence or the topic sentence and the last concluding sentence. These are called the supporting sentences, and these sentences may be long or short. So this is a sample given for you. So similar to this, you have to write a paragraph on your own about your best friend and why you like him or her. So you can write that paragraph in your notebook and give a suitable heading. Now let's move on to the next section. This is an activity. This is about narrating a story. Form groups of 4. One of you can begin narrating a story on the theme friendship. The first person will narrate the first 4 lines, then the second person will narrate the next 4 lines. This cycle continues till the story ends. So what do you mean by narrating a story? To narrate means to tell in detail. So here what you can do is you can narrate a story yourself, or you can do this along with your siblings or parents. This is how it should go. You can say the first few sentences. The next person can say a few more sentences. So make sure everyone gets a chance to add to the story. And it should repeat until the story ends. We can record this story as a voice note and submit it in Teams. Now let's move on to the next exercise. This is the My Word Bank exercise. Here you have to write the new words that you have learned in this poem. So you can use a dictionary for finding out the meanings of the new words that you learned in this poem, and you can write those new words here in this textbook, and you can write the word and their meanings in your notebook. So children, I hope you are clear with the poem and its exercise part. Let me remind you about the homework once again. You have to complete the vocabulary, writing, activity and My Word Bank exercise and submit it in Microsoft Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet again in the next class. Till then, bye.